Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to day 75 of reading 101 essays that'll change the way you think. As always, shout out to Brianna West for the text. And today's title is You Are a Book of Stories, Not a Novel. Who you were doesn't have to bleed into who you will be. We often stunt ourselves by tying who we were into who we think we need to become. We can't map a trajectory for our futures without considering what would make sense for the people we used to be. Realizing this was tying together 3 habits I've picked up about myself and about people in general. First, we make problems where there are none, as though for our lives to have meaning, we need to overcome something. Happiness is something that we need to consciously choose. Otherwise, we create the reality that we subconsciously think we deserve. Not because we assume that who we are deserves it, but because somewhere along the line, we were conditioned by other people and our own assumptions to believe that they're only as good as the things they said about us. We will get the things that we think we deserve. And if we don't think we deserve good things, we don't think we deserve a certain person in our life, we will self-sabotage. We don't think we'll ever achieve those dreams and those goals that we only think about. We won't achieve them because we don't think we deserve to achieve them, because that person we were doesn't deserve them. And just because you were a certain person doesn't mean that that is who you will become. And we often let it bleed into our present. We let our past bleed into our present, and our present is what creates our future. And that's why if we don't think we deserve good things, we'll subconsciously create problems for ourselves to keep us where we are. Second, we avoid things that are too perfect. We destroy them mentally or otherwise if they are. Third, we summarize in our heads whenever we're about to make a choice about anything really. We say in our heads, what will this sound like? She graduated and started this job at 20, or wherever it goes. It's as though our decisions can only be acceptable if they sound right, and they will continue sounding years down the line, whether or not they are right for who we are in that moment. But the synopsis, we spend so much time writing our characters we no longer are. You cannot always draw lines between what was and what is, and what should thenceforth be. We cannot always make sense of our coexisting truths. You can only know that they are both valid. And you cannot avoid good things because somewhere along the line, the character schematic you outlined for yourself doesn't believe it deserves what you have. We have to stop thinking about the narrative, about the story. How will this sound? I don't want to tell people that I'm 30 and still going to school, that I'm leaving my job because I don't like it. I'm 30 going back to school. You don't like the sound of that because it sounds like you don't have everything figured out. And that's the reality. We can't keep doing things or holding ourselves back because of the narrative, because we don't want to tell certain people certain things. We don't want other people to think, yeah, they aren't where they should be in life. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what those people have to say. All that matters is, are you happy and are you fulfilled in what you're doing? It doesn't matter the narrative because you're no longer that person. Your life isn't a whole story. It's not a novel. It's just chapters. It's chapters of your life. So if in the last chapter things didn't work out, it doesn't mean that this chapter things won't work out. But if you have that mentality, and then yeah, of course things will not work out. But every day is a new opportunity. Every day you wake up, every decision you make is a new opportunity. When we evade, we cap off our happiness. You aren't meant to be a story that plays out in a nostalgically pleasing way. Life isn't a sepia-toned flashback. Life is vivid and changing and real and unpredictable, unchartable, with no plot other than the one we're living in the moment, here and now. We don't even realize how often we choose our current experiences based on old beliefs. We are still subconsciously holding ourselves. Because what we think of ourselves translates into what we allow of ourselves. And what we allow is what we experience. And what we experience is what amounts to our lives as a whole. A whole of which is a book of stories that don't need to seamlessly transition into one another, which don't have to be narrated the same way, which can be as short or as long or staggered or confusing or exciting as you want. The point is that you are in control of how it plays out. But the reoccurring inner narrative, the little voice that's telling you the story of your life, has to let go of the old chapters to genuinely write the new ones. Stop thinking of your life as a long chapter. If you do that, then you will be stuck in that chapter forever. But it's every day is a new day, is a new opportunity for you to change the narrative, for you to change your life as a whole. Just because yesterday was a bad day, it doesn't mean that today will be a bad day. But if you let it be a bad day because you think, I'm having a bad day today, which means tomorrow, the next day, so on. But a bad day doesn't mean a bad life. So tomorrow's title is Everyday Signs the World is Experiencing a Shift in Consciousness. So I hope everyone enjoyed today's video. Hope you have a great rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow for day 76.